All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are in Del Rio, Texas.
We're in El Paso.
El Paso, Texas. It's been a few days since it's been one day since we made a clip, and here we are making another. God, I mean,
Damn.
right off the bat, the winds out here have been insane.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I don't remember when the last one. Numbers. We always go over this.
I feel like it was like breakfast or something.
Yeah. We didn't make one yesterday.
No, we
You
didn't.
were mad.
I was really mad yesterday. We'll get to that. We're in an Airbnb here in El Paso. Crazy day. I'm trying to go chronologically, but I am also trying to remember when we made our last clip.
So yesterday we started on 90, and we came to the end of 90, and it was fine. We were like southwest bound on 90, and then we were like directly west on 10.
Yeah.
And 10 is an interstate highway, and there really wasn't any other options. I think we got onto it for a while, and then we found...
Yeah, there was a
we
road
found that side
right
road.
next to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when did we make our last clip? Should have looked at that before.
Yeah.
Started talking.
It's probably fine, but we didn't make one at all yesterday or
Right.
today.
We probably made one the day before.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So yesterday was just sort of a wash for me. It was just one of those days you have to just barrel through.
Yeah.
It was cold all day, and it was
Yeah, it
windy
was.
all day.
We woke up at the RV park with Rory.
Oh.
And his dogs.
Oh, we made one. Did we make one in the tent? No. Did we?
Yeah, it was that night when
Did
we were
we?
making dinner. And then we woke up at that park.
Wow.
And Rory was gone. We couldn't hang out.
Yeah, Rory was a cool guy. I regret the fact that we didn't say goodbye and say bye to his dogs and everything. He was a cool person.
Yeah.
I felt an instant connection, but we had gone so far that day. I think it was like a 70-mile day.
Yeah.
And by the time we were set up with our tent and eating our foods, I was just like not interested.
But it was already getting dark. And
Yeah.
It gets really cold.
It does
at
get
night.
really
As soon
cold.
as the sun goes down, it's like
Yeah.
you better be in your tent or you're going to fucking freeze your ass off.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So we got in the tent. We had a great night at that park, undisturbed. It was next to train tracks and the road, and they were so loud.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that bad.
No, I mean, as far as camping locations go, it was pretty great.
As long as you're allowed to be there, that's like
That's
the
tops.
top priority.
Yeah.
The most luxury.
Much unlike last night, however, we'll get there. So yeah, we started off yesterday in. God, was that really yesterday? Did we really? So
Yeah.
that was Valentine, Texas.
Valentine to Sierra Blanca.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like I said, we were on 90, came to the end of it, took a left
Yeah.
on 10
Mm-hmm.
to continue west.
We've been on and off Interstate 10 a lot in the past 2 days, and no one has given us any guff for it.
Yeah.
Or Schultz or anything.
I mean, we're allowed to be there. We looked up the Texas laws for like pedestrians on interstates and highways, and
If there's not another reasonable option, you're allowed
Yeah.
to do it. Plus, getting on the highway, there aren't those classic signs that say no pedestrians, no
Right,
cyclists,
yeah.
and no like low-powered motorcycles.
did we see anyone else out there that wasn't in a car? No. Did I sometimes fear for our lives as trucks were barreling past at like 90 miles an hour? Yes. But it's a huge shoulder. It was pretty much clean. It was actually really,
very
really
clean.
good pavement.
Yeah.
Like compared to 90 and the other roads that we've been on, like it's like this weird gravelly rock stuff that's just like really harsh, especially if you sit for a long time like me. But the interstate, I swear it's like concrete. It's so smooth. Sometimes there's like tires or dead animals in the shoulder that you have to go around, or trucks broken down.
Yeah.
But we didn't have any problems. It was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday, again, just being a day that you have to just get through. I don't really remember much about where we stopped. I know we had like a little breakfast, picnic, lunch kind of thing in the morning, and we both pooped on the other side of the train tracks.
Oh, yeah.
because there was a little bit of privacy there. There was no bathrooms at the Valentine.
Crucial error.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially for waking up in the morning, which is the schedule.
Yep.
Gotta poop in the morning.
Gotta stay regular. So we did stop for breakfast and all that stuff, and that was nice. And we just went from like really, really remote, like sparse desert to gradually more and more like populated areas. And again,
we went to that Mexican restaurant for lunch.
that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly where that was.
That was right before we got on 10.
It
Or
was.
tried to
Yeah,
get
that
on
was the
10.
end
I don't
of
remember
90.
the town, but
I don't really remember either, but it was nice. The portions were regrettably small.
but it was lunch, so that was fine.
Yeah.
We had to keep biking like 30 miles after that.
And Allie calls me a plug slut now because I'm always trying to charge my devices because my dynamo doesn't work anymore.
Rip.
And my little chainring doesn't work anymore. So my bike's falling apart, and hopefully I can remedy that while we're here in El Paso. But we'll see how that comes to be. It stinks here.
It does.
Damn, it's like sulfury.
Yeah, I swear I've been smelling sulfur all day. I don't know if it's the water or if it's like...
God, I hope it's not the water.
I hope it's not the water. But yeah, we had lunch. It was nice. We biked into town because we were hoping to avoid the interstate. Kenneth did a lot of work on the routes when he was making them to try to have us avoid 10.
Yeah.
So we started going down this road, and this guy in a truck pulls up next to us. He's like, you know that doesn't go anywhere, right? It also turned to gravel, like, immediately, and, like, dusty, sandy shit, and we were like, probably not going to do that anyways. But then he told us that it goes into private property, and the road ends, and there's no way to reconnect it. So we were like, alright.
Sweet.
So we just turned around and went on the highway.
We jumped on 10.
And then we found this nice little side road down the road.
Yeah, El Paso Street or El Paso Road or something.
Exactly parallel to the highway.
Yeah, it's the old highway, I think. Before they made the interstates.
But yeah, there wasn't even a guardrail or anything, so we just like rode off the side of the highway onto that road.
Yeah. And
saw some interesting things in the woods.
Did we?
Yeah, you said you saw like backpacks and stuff.
Oh yeah. So we're super close to Mexico all the time right now, and so after the pink snowbirds told us about the terrible migrant tales of like people who are murdering and raping everybody as they make their way to America. I don't know. I've been keeping more of an eye out for things that are interesting and trying to see. Like I look in all the pipes to see if there are people in them.
Yeah. I look for dogs, but
yeah. But there was one point where we passed a bunch of backpacks that were like camouflaged, and I was kind of curious about them, but we didn't look. But they might have been filled with weed or with money, so that might have been another.
Or cocaine.
Yeah, cocaine would be a bummer. No one wants that shit.
Dude, that's high money. I personally, I don't feel scared, and I have kind of an inner conflict with like, well, these are people trying to make a better life for themselves, and like, supposedly America is this great place to be, and they want to be here for whatever opportunity. But it is terrible that like some of the means that they get here is very violent, and the border patrol is very violent. So I don't necessarily have a side. If I saw people like migrants, like a family or something, I would like try to help them. But for most of the time, I just feel like if we stick to ourselves and don't worry about it, we won't be in any trouble. So I don't feel in danger.
No.
I don't feel like overly compassionate either. I'm like, we need to be smart about it, but like I don't really think we're in any danger in these places.
I feel like I agree. I think that you have your little phrase "tu es necesita comida" or agua.
Yeah.
But I feel
if
like
we see a person like walking through the desert and visibly struggling, like it's another human being and you have to help them.
But I also feel like they want to be invisible.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
They
if they
travel at
see-
night. They're not going to be out there.
Yeah, I would imagine so, but I don't know.
And we're not who they would want to come across.
No, white people for sure.
Yeah.
I would think that, like, there's this Kendrick Lamar line, I don't remember all of it, but he's talking about, like, seeing a shooting happen, and he's like, you just kneel down and tie your tennis shoe, just to show that you're, like totally ignoring it. Like, you're so
Yeah.
unaware of the situation that you're just gonna, like, tie your shoe because it's just, like, so
Yeah.
nonchalant.
Just stay out of the way.
Yeah, so
It's
if we
not
see...
your fight to fight.
Yeah, and I wouldn't want to be. I'm not trying to help someone who doesn't want to help,
Right.
and I don't want to tip them off to the fact that I'm aware that they're even there,
Yeah.
unnecessarily. And
Right.
we haven't seen any of that. We've seen a million Border Patrol people
Yeah.
doing weird shit, like going super
Dude.
slow on, like, dirt roads.
Driving out into the middle of I swear they search for people. Like, they have, some of the trucks have, like, this weird radio thing, or at least I assume it's a radio, or it's like a heat detector, heat sensor.
Yeah,
But I swear they, like, hunt people.
they do.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's a waste of time. If they would just make immigration a little bit more streamlined and a little bit more compassionate, I don't
Yeah.
think they'd have to worry about all this shit. But
Yeah.
obviously, I mean, you're talking
It's
about
violent. It's terrible.
our country is way too bureaucratic and too, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know how to describe America as a country, but I mean, it's never going to be welcoming to people who. There was a period of time when the Pilgrims came over, and it was
Mhm.
easy to get here because all you had to do was kill all the Native Americans in order to, like, stake your claim. And after that, it was just like everyone else is going to get killed so that all the white people can get what they want.
Our holy birth.
Yeah,
We should be so proud.
lol.
Disgusting.
Disgusted. Yeah, I don't know. It's I wouldn't want to be caught in the crossfire of something that has nothing to do with
Right.
my values or anything. I'm
Yeah.
very ethnocentric, as Allie pointed out today.
No,
So
not doing.
no.
I think we're fine. I think we'll be safe.
Yeah.
As long as we also pick our camping locations carefully, because
We have to.
Border Patrol is out there, and there are stories of cyclists being disturbed by them if you just, like, pitch your tent in the desert. That looks mad sus. So they're going to be after you. But we've been smart about it, and we will continue to be, so I really don't
Yeah.
feel like we're in any danger.
I don't either, but it is an interesting thing that we did not encounter on the Trans.
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of, it's interesting and a little bit exciting, at least for me, to be, like, so close to another culture and see that culture bleed into southern Texas and these
It really
cities that we're going
does,
through,
yeah.
especially El Paso
Yeah.
and, like, Del Rio and stuff.
Mhm.
Like,
I'd say El Paso.
we don't speak Spanish,
No, but
and everyone else does, and it's kind of cool
Yeah.
to feel like a foreigner. in your
a
own
minority
Yeah,
for sure. I mean,
it's humbling. It's important.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it just shows. It is interesting. Yeah, the bleeding through because you can just tell the architecture,
Yeah.
the organization.
Like the visible social, like, constructs that
Yeah,
white people don't do, but
like the wiping thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
maybe that's just the rural Texas thing, but like
that's
people,
just like septic systems of the world
Yeah,
that don't
it's
exist.
just gross. But yeah, you're supposed to, like, wipe your butt and then throw it into a trash can instead of putting it down the toilet.
Yeah.
And I would, if I was working at the Circle K where I got beers from and peed at, just the idea of, like, brushing up against, like, someone else's shit napkin is just, like, so fucking gross.
Well, do you think it's worse than what's in, like, regular trash cans outside of gas stations?
Yeah, because there's a chance that
People
it's
throw
not
diapers
shit.
in there.
Yeah.
People throw, like, really gross stuff. Like, when they chew tobacco and they spit into a cup, they throw the cup into the trash.
I would prefer-
Like, that's disgusting.
That's not as gross as poop.
I don't know about that.
Strangers poop
Well,
in
yeah.
their dirty buttholes.
But it does. You just throw it in. Like, it's just like throwing something away. You don't have to touch anything. You don't have to, like.
But when you take the
Swish
trash
it
bag
around.
out and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
wondering, did any of these napkins
Did they miss?
did they miss? Did it smear on the side?
Just
I
wear
just-
gloves.
Yeah, I would wear gloves.
If you ever work in a gas station in El Paso, Texas, wear gloves when you change
Yeah.
the trash.
Word to the wise. So, damn, that's a tangent.
Yeah.
Nope.
Wow, it's so close.
Oh shit! You
Damn.
can see the fucking train cars.
It's shaking the building.
So we got to Sierra
Mexican
Blanca.
restaurant, 10 side road, and then the winds for the rest of the day
Oh my
that made you
God.
mad.
The wind. There was like a storm blowing over us.
Oh yeah.
It was cold. It was windy.
It was really cold. Like probably.
It was 53 degrees.
Yeah.
Which.
And so windy.
And the wind really, I think with the wind chill, even at 53 degrees, I mean, it was probably closer to like 47 or something like that.
And there was a storm definitely blowing over some area that we might have just been in, so I think we missed that storm. But the sun wasn't out, so it was super dark and cloudy. Could hardly tell it was like daytime.
Yeah, it
was
looked bad.
freezing. And the wind was bad, and you were mad. But then we got to Sierra Blanca, went to a gas station that had like the worst luck in the world.
Yeah. So I went into this gas station trying to get beer and a dinner for the night. And when I was going up to the cash register lady, I dropped my Tabasco sauce that I was trying to buy, and it broke. And I put it up on the counter, and it started to leak out, and the woman freaked out a little bit. Her eyes became very large, and I was like, oh, sorry. And they had all these signs that said, you break it, you buy it. And so I was like, well, fuck. This lady's not going to have any grace for me. So I was like, I'll just pay for this one, and I won't get another one. And I bought all the beers, and I dropped one of the beers right after I dropped one of the Tabasco. And I dropped it because I was wearing my rain jacket, which is kind of slippery for rain reasons. And I'm not used to trying to carry 4 or 5 beers in my arms, and macaroni and cheese, and Tabasco. So, got all that stuff, long story short. We filled up our waters, and then we went to this park that was listed on the ACA map for being a permissible place to camp.
Yeah.
And it was fucking gross. Like, we went to this terrible spot. It was like
a theater.
It was like a theater.
Open air
Yeah,
thing.
but it had
A
bathrooms
Yeah.
on the sides, and I was curious because I was like, I like that kind of stuff. I like dark, like twisted, like gross things.
Abandoned parks.
Yeah, and so I went
Yeah.
around the sides, and I wanted to see what the bathrooms looked like because there were feathers everywhere and there was poop everywhere. So I was like, oh, there's birds all around here. And I went to the men's side of the bathrooms. I peered into the chained off area, and it was just gross. It looked like someone had been killed there. And then I went to the other side, to the women's side, which was actually open, and there was like a completely just lacerated bird carcass inside the sink. It was just the foot and the leg of the bird. I don't know if another bird did it or if some like crazy Satanist went in there and like destroyed a bird. But I was just like, this place is fucked up. I hate this.
You did not like it from the start.
Yeah.
And it was freezing, and we were trying to
so
find
cold.
any place that was out of the wind, because the wind was like, the Weather Channel said it was only like 13 miles an hour, but I swear it was like at least 20. And
Yeah.
it was blowing so hard, and there was no place to get away from it. So we just changed clothes. We had to get warm, because
Yeah.
like our body heat was diminishing
Mm-hmm.
by the second.
Mm-hmm.
So we changed clothes and then went over to, I guess, like the tennis courts area.
Yeah.
And cooked dinner. There were some people there, but they didn't care about us.
Thankfully.
And then pitched the tent in some bushes. The only thing that sketched me out was that the park was like down the street from the sheriff's station.
Yeah.
So I was like, they were totally going to see us like patrolling throughout the night, but
You
the
picked a good
ACA
spot.
said it was legit. So
Yeah. The
Yeah.
ACA can go, sulk a dilk. The ACA is bullshit. We have a lot of things to say about them, me in particular. But yeah, I mean, we found a good spot. You found a good spot. I'll applaud you for that, because we were originally going to pitch our tent in this one area that was a little bit more open, and then we found this better spot, or you did, behind some bushes, which I think worked to our benefit because this morning when we woke up, there was like a Allie's doing some shit with the air conditioning for some reason. Are you hot?
Oh, I just want to get some air when we get here.
Well, you should
I
close
put it
the
at
window.
74.
You put it at 74?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's not that cold.
No.
It'll be like comfortable for now.
We could open that door.
No,
Are you hot?
No.
What are you?
But when I close the window, it feels stuffy in here, so I want it to have fresh air.
It's dark too. I'm
Yeah.
scared. Anyway, we had a good night. There was no
Yeah.
issues. Slept well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also yesterday we crossed into mountain time.
Yeah.
So when we woke up this morning at sunrise, it was not 8 o'clock, it was 7 o'clock, which was great because
Yeah.
I love like the early starts. It makes so much more sense. Like by the time we're usually ready to bike, it had been like 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, we're never gonna have enough time. I have trouble with like how the hours work out with
You do.
daylight and
You
stuff.
do. Yeah. One of my greatest wishes is that you would get a watch and the ability to forecast what it means to bike 10 miles an hour or
Yeah.
15 miles an hour. Because
But
then,
the sun didn't set until like 8:45.
yeah,
So we always had enough time, but I never understood it. But now we're at mountain time, so that's all irrelevant now.
yeah,
Sun rises at like 7, sets at like 8, and it's easy.
I should say it's Thursday, March 25th, and it's 7:07 p.m. And so the sun is going down. We'll have to order our pizza soon.
Yeah.
But anyway, we woke up this morning, and it was 7, even though it felt like 8.
Mm-hmm.
And there were no bathrooms or anything at this
Yeah.
park that we were at, unless you wanted to go poop inside of a sink with a dead bird's leg in it.
Which
So-
we did not do.
Yeah, this
We're
town.
not that bad.
No, Sierra Blanca is a dead as fuck town.
Yeah, for real. We went
it's-
to 2 breakfast places that said they were open and operational,
Yeah,
and they were like deserted as fuck. Like they had no roof and no like anything inside
Yeah.
of them.
yeah,
So I was worried that we weren't gonna have breakfast at all, which would be sad.
yeah, and we'd have to poop on the side of 10 or something like that. But thankfully, we crossed the highway to, I don't even remember what that place was called, but there was another
Yeah.
restaurant that served breakfast, and we had breakfast there, and we were able to use all the facilities. Then we headed out. I can't even believe that this was this morning because it seems so long
I
ago.
know.
But that was a good place to start the day. And I think we got on 10 because there was no other road.
Yeah.
And so we were on 10 again for a bit, and then there was another road parallel to it that we got onto for a little while. And then that road ended, and we got back on 10, and then biked a long time on 10, and then realized that we should have gotten off 10 earlier
yeah.
than we did, and then went to Fort Stockton, I believe,
Yeah.
and went to a gas station, had a shitty lunch, no real highlights there, and then headed out from there. We were no longer on 10 after that point. We were on, I
Yeah.
think, 20, like Highway 20 or something like that. Not an interstate.
It was pretty rural.
It was very rural.
We're so close to Mexico. I swear we could see the border.
I think we could.
The mountains that were on the left were Mexico.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there was one point where we were so close to it that it was like right across. I didn't see the river at all today. I didn't see the
No.
Rio Grande,
Me neither.
unfortunately.
We've seen it before. It sucks.
But that's like the official border, though.
Yeah.
So we would have known for sure.
It did look like we were close to the gate or fence of the border, and there were all these like pecan groves.
Oh,
We
yeah.
went through like a million pecan
Super
groves.
agricultural
Yeah.
area.
And it
It's
just
pretty nice.
gradually got more and more suburban. We went through Fabens, right? Or Fabens.
Yeah.
You did that.
I didn't think 74 was that cold.
it blows a consistent temperature.
Oh.
I don't know about this exactly, but I think it always blows like 65 degrees. Or something like that. Anyway, long day.
Yeah, it really was.
We went from like the nothingness of the desert to gradually more and more civilized and suburban until we got into like the suburbs of El Paso, and it kind of sucked because the shoulder kind of disappeared, and
we almost got hit like twice. I
yeah,
swear.
there were like two assholes who were way too close for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
And yeah, we just pushed and pushed and pushed. I think, what was it, 80, how many
80
miles?
exactly.
80 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time on a bike.
It is. We did it in 6.5 hours. That was the moving time, which is good considering the wind and like.
The wind wasn't too bad.
We did have a huge downhill today.
Technically.
It was only like, what, 5-10 miles maybe?
Yeah.
And we kind of got to enjoy it, but it was still windy. It's always windy.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
This route sucks. Westbound. But yeah, got to El Paso finally.
Yeah.
Got our beers. And we're at this Airbnb now, and it's fucking great. We're taking a zero tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff to make things good. And yeah, I mean, what else is there?
Not much.
Just gotta order those
Gotta have some
pizzas.
Pizza.
Yeah, man, that'll be good.
Yeah.
I've become fond of the Fritos bean dip, but when I eat it, kind of makes me out of the mood for Mexican food. And Mexican food is like the bread and butter of this area. Not to be ethnocentric, but it is the thing that there is to eat.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be deviating from that today. And maybe tomorrow we'll have some nice Mexican food.
I love it. I think it's so great every time, especially the
right
vegetarian.
now, though?
Yeah, I would totally eat it right now.
Really? I
Yeah.
can't. It sounds gross to me.
Burritos, veggies, fajitas, beans, rice.
I don't know.
It's so good. It's so filling. But
They have good portions. I'll
Yeah.
give them that.
yeah,
But yeah, as the sun sets here in El Paso, things are good. We've got beer.
Yeah.
I went to the Circle K that's about 0.4 miles from here, and I just felt like I was returning to the land of light, because it was the first gas station we've been to that didn't have a bunch of shitty ass beers. It was the first gas station that had decent beer for those who are connoisseurs. And that to me, I mean, I hate cities because they are gross, they're dirty, they smell bad, they seem like disorganized and chaotic, but I mean, they have the best beer, and it's unfortunate because that's always my draw. I don't want to be in a city because cities like are vampiric and suck the life out of you,
overpopulated.
to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With people driving their cars
Oh
and
my God.
roads and everything.
All these people can go get fucked. Cars suck so much. I can't wait till they're illegal.
cars.
I hope. Yeah, they will be.
Yeah.
Self-driving cars will make autonomic cars illegal, and I celebrate that. And no one deserves to be able to drive the way they want to drive, because humans
No.
are stupid.
No one deserves a license without a rigorous test, and the test that is given is not rigorous, and, like, man, you can just get it and have it for the rest of your life. It doesn't matter if you're, like, 80 years old and totally blind and you just jump in your car and drive away, like, you should
Or
have,
if you're 16 and you're like in
Yeah.
like souped up, like stupidly.
you just got some new wheels or a
Yeah.
new fucking exhaust and you want to, like, show off and speed past us on the highway. It's terrible. Like, and that's the reason everyone kills these animals. We saw an owl today.
Yeah, that was
A
sad.
beautiful owl. Just
Huge. Probably like,
huge.
I don't know, 5 years old.
She probably had babies waiting in the nest, and she's never going to come back to them because she's dead on the highway.
Yeah.
And it's really sad. We saw, like, I don't know if it was a coyote or like a big dog type animal the other day. I did shed a tear today.
Really?
I saw a smushed cat. And I was like, no, they're so sweet and so innocent. And it was probably just like chasing after something or like wrong place, wrong time. And then the motherfucker with the huge truck tires just ran him over, squished him completely into the concrete.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not fair. This
I
is not equal.
I don't know if we are just lucky or whatever, but we've driven 30,000 miles in the van.
Oh, yeah.
And we haven't killed a single thing other than bugs.
Yeah.
Which, who cares about bugs? Cry a river. But we've never killed an animal, and I feel like
Yeah.
that's easy to do. Like,
Yeah.
just don't drive so fast.
Yeah.
And don't be so
Pay attention.
cavalier.
Don't be on your phone all the time.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all those people can go get folked. Slow down,
Yeah.
enjoy yourself, enjoy the scenery. I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad because, like, we're in all these places that are, like, so breathtaking and everything, and all these people are, I don't know what it is. I don't know how they can kill these animals, but there's so many dead animals.
I mean, sometimes it is an accident.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember a
Pennsylvania.
story my mom has always told and loves to tell. Not loves to tell, but she hit a rabbit when she was young, and she like turned around and it was like still kicking, but it was like dead, and it like broke her heart. And sometimes it is a total accident, and I understand, but that just proves the like monstrosity and danger that cars really are. And man, just like enjoy the privilege of getting in something and going from one location to another with zero effort.
And not spending 9 hours going like 80 miles or whatever.
Like, it's such a privilege. It's such a new age technology that we have the privilege to do. Like, don't rush it.
Enjoy
Take
it.
your time and be safe.
Enjoy it while you can.
Because there's people out there, there's animals out there that like kind of want to live.
They definitely do. Yeah. I mean, that's like their primary objective.
Yeah. Us too.
Yeah. And if we get hit by a car, we're going to be just like those fucking owls and,
Yeah.
and elk. We're going to be all strungled up and just in a
Oh my
weird...
god. Man, that's like my biggest fear.
I'm kind of numb to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting that way because like the highway was fine, but we were opposing traffic at one point, and I saw these semis flying past, and I was like, my body could be on the front of one of those. I'm so scared.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's
Cars
terrible.
are terrible. People are terrible. People are equally good and bad. And people are people, and, I don't know. It's just...
This is the tragedy of bike life.
Yeah. You can get out here and you can do this, but, I mean...
There is a downside, so be careful.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure. I mean, even in that, like, Inspired to Ride video about the Trans Am, that woman that they met, that she was like...
Yeah.
She was struck and killed.
hit,
Yeah.
And she died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
It happens. It's so scary.
Because it's just sort of a numbers game, and
I know. I think about that all the time.
Yeah. I don't know. It's crazy.
But we're safe. We're smart.
Yeah.
We're doing okay, and
We've
I
got
think we
rear view
will.
mirrors. We've
Yeah.
got everything we can. You've got your good, super bright light.
Yeah.
I've got my panniers with bright orange bags on them.
Yeah.
So we're as visible as we can be, but we're at the mercy of these idiots.
But also, I don't think we should be on the highway anymore. I think the section of 10 was only going towards El Paso, so I don't think we'll be on highways, which would be great.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But man, people are terrible. And we're people.
Yeah.
But we should order some pizzas
Yeah.
and watch the new map video.
Oh, nice.
Nice. So yeah, we're here. We're gonna be here for a day and a half or so.
Gonna sleep in tomorrow, gonna shower, do laundry. We have everything we need here.
It's great.
It's so nice.
Yeah, can't be beat.
We deserve a treat.
And the treat we have. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's about it.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Be safe. Be nice.
Be nice, yeah. God will.
You're not that important, and no one else is.
No, you're
so
not
don't
important
make it
at
a
all.
big deal.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
Bye.